One of the biggest assets that you can have in your business is owning and using your own email list to get people to see you and your business. And that's what I want to share with you here today, because some people think that email's dying and people aren't opening emails anymore. And that couldn't be further from the truth. So today, what I'm going to share with you is 5 tips to help you improve and increase your email opens. Hi guys, my name is Scott Volker, and like I said, I am going to share with you 5 tips so you can increase your open rates. And this is stuff that you can do immediately. So that's what I want to share with you here today. Hey, before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also, if you're on YouTube, make sure that you click the little bell icon so you get notified when I go live with a new video. Now, there are a lot of different factors that come into your email getting opened. But like I said, we're going to jump into 5 that you can use right now. So let's get to it. Number 1 is the email subject line. All right, a lot of people, what they do is they write something as it's businessy because it's a business, and they wonder why their emails aren't getting opened. I want you to ask yourself this. If you got an email from Best Buy, or you got an email from your friend, which one are you going to probably open? Yes, the one from your friend, right? We have to stop thinking about our company, our business, as a business that is sending out emails. All right. And there's more that I'm going to discuss here that will help you also, because a lot of people think they have to send this business looking email. And the first thing you need to understand is the people that are opening your email, the people that you want to open, you want them to see your name and you want them to say, oh, I want to open that email. So that's tip number 1. Don't write it as a business. Come up with a good subject line as if you were writing to a friend. Now, before we move on to number 2, let me just give you a couple of ideas on how you can do this with a subject line. All right. Now, number 1, using something short. It doesn't have to be long, right? A lot of people think you got to cram a whole bunch in there. The truth is that if you're looking at an email in mobile, you are probably only seeing like 3 or 4 words. It's getting truncated where you're not able to read the entire thing. So I like to try to keep mine to no more than 4 to 6 words long. Shorter is better. All right. Now, the other thing is curiosity. Okay. We want them to open the email. Once we get them to open the email, then we generally want them to click on something. But the first step is getting them to open. So we all are driven by curiosity, right? So we want to use something in the subject line that gets them to want to know what it is inside of there. Now, I'm not saying trick them. I'm just saying give them something that would lead them there because they're curious to see what these 5 tips are, right? 5 tips that you should know about catching more bass, or 5 tips to catch more bass. And then you might want to put number 3 is my favorite. And then the curiosity thing happens and they open your email. So that's number 2 in that little extra tip there for you. And the third tip here in writing subject lines is questions. Whenever you ask a question, you're going to get people that want to answer the question, or they want to see what the responses were for. So just to recap here on the subject line thing to get more opens, number 1, make sure it's not too long. Number 2, add curiosity. Number 3, try to ask questions. Now, again, play with these, use these, experiment, run your own tests. So number 2, don't use marketing words. And what I mean by that is, again, don't make it businessy. All right. Don't use words like money, right? Like save money this weekend. That's going to send up a red flag to Gmail, Yahoo, or whatever your provider is. They have filters that really separate the emails, and Gmail has been known to do that quite well, and they send it over to the promotions tab. We all know about that promotions tab, right? So we don't want to go into that tab. So make sure in your subject line, we're not using marketing words. If you're in weight loss, you want to be careful with weight loss, right? You don't want to use that term maybe because it sends up a red flag. And you know those words in your market. Free a lot of times will send up a red flag, because how many times are you sending something to your friend about a free offer? Like offer would be a keyword that would send up a red flag. So again, don't do those. Now, number 3 also is about how to stay out of the promotions tab, because here's the deal. Number one, we want to show up in the inbox. So we only have a chance to get them to open if they see our email in the first place, right? So if they're not seeing it, they can't open it because they don't see it, right? Makes sense. So we want to keep ourselves out of the promotions tab. Well, here's the deal. When you are sending the email, and it goes back to not sending a businessy email, don't use a ton of graphics. Don't use the templates that come built in to whatever provider that you're using. Try to stay away from that stuff. I still, to this day, send text-only emails. I want you to think about sending an email to your friend. Would you send a whole bunch of graphics in there, a template, a header, a footer, all of those different things? But we all think, well, it's nice because we're a business. We're proud of that business. We want to look like a business. But here's the deal. They're never going to maybe see the email because it's going to get sent over to your promotions tab or spam tab because now it looks like a marketing email. So what you want to do is get rid of that stuff. And if you've been sending emails and you're wondering about your open rates and you're just saying like, well, no one's opening my emails, it might be because it's being sent over to the promotions tab. So one thing you could do right now immediately is just go ahead and send a text-only email. Try that. Give it a shot. Now, number 4 is all about adding goodwill to your subscribers. And the thing is, a lot of people will just start sending marketing emails like we talked about before, and they won't just build a relationship. They won't send very, very basic emails that direct them over to a resource. Now, inside of Brand Creators Academy, that's where we help brand creators do this, build a list and send it out to their market and their email list so they can build that relationship. Because what we want to do is, number one, we want to show up in their inbox. Number one, right? Get out of the spam traps, get out of the, out of the promotions tab, all that stuff. Then we're in their feed. Now they are seeing it. They're scrolling, but now how do we get them to want to click on our email? Well, we got to build that relationship just as you would with a friend. So you need to spend time on that part, okay? And the way that I like to do this, and I call this a hybrid email, is in the first part of the email is always goodwill driven. It's really, how do I add benefit to that person, okay? And then I might, not always, I might add in the PS, I might add some type of offer or call to action that will bring them over to buy something. But honestly, when I'm building the list, we don't do this for a very long time. We'll drive them over to a blog post or a website, and then from there, we will add value, and then somewhere in that vicinity, they could click over to buy something, but we don't push them there initially. So number 4, add goodwill by delivering value to your market. Number 5, this is like my favorite, by the way. This here is something that is underutilized so much. If you're sending emails right now, I want you to answer this question actually in the comments down below, okay? I want you to answer me this question. If you are sending emails right now, are you sending a second email to the unopens 24 or 36 hours or 48 hours later? Are you doing that? Drop it in the comments down below. If you take this one little thing that I'm sharing with you right now, you're going to see your open rates go up. And I'm going to give you an example. We've recently done this, and this is part of our strategy, but also part of our process. Every single email that I send out, and I send out 3 emails per week to this one brand that we are building, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And what we do is we send the email out on Tuesday, we wait 24 hours, the following morning, the same time, we'll send to the unopens. And on the first email, we might get 12 to 15% open, which is pretty good in the industry. And then from there, we'll add another 6 to 10% the second day on the unopens. So if you are not sending to your unopens, my gosh, do that. I'm telling you right there, you will get more opens. All right. Let's recap. Number 1, write good email subject lines, not ones that are from a business. Keep them short. Add curiosity, ask questions. Number 2, don't use marketing words in your subject line. Again, that'll keep us out of the spam traps. Number 3, stay out of the promotions tab by sending text-only emails and getting rid of the graphics, getting rid of the templates. Keep it text-based only. Number 4, build goodwill over time. Add value to their life. They will look forward to your emails. Number 5, send to the unopens. I'm going to say that again. Send to the unopens. That one there is big. All right. So guys, try this out. Let me know. And again, the question of the day is, if you're sending emails right now, are you sending to those unopens? I'm curious. Drop that in the comments down below, and we can go ahead and see how many of you are doing it. And it's okay if you're not, because now you're going to, right? And then the last thing, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, make sure that you do. We got a lot of great things coming, and I wouldn't want you to miss it. So that's it, guys. That's going to wrap it up. As always, take care, take action. I'll talk to you soon.